Welcome to today's episode of Your Vibe Tribe podcast. Today, we are talking about ways that you can romanticize your life. But before we get into today's conversation, I want to just express how grateful I am for every single one of you that has listened and have participated and have liked and engaged with my podcast and supports it in any way, whether it's sharing our reels and posts on socials with your family and friends, or if it's recommending Your Vibe Tribe to someone that you love. It truly is the only way that this podcast will grow. So if you love the content that I share on this platform, if you love the conversations that we're having, take a moment, share this episode, share Your Vibe Tribe with your friends, with your family, share it with your network and your circle. Last week's episode with Julie got the most plays that this podcast has gotten this season yet. And so I am so grateful. That shows me that you guys are enjoying the conversations that we're having. So I'm so excited to get started into today's episode. Today's episode is all about romanticizing your life. And as much as this podcast is all about being intentional and being purposeful, romanticizing your life is something that I will always stand behind. And I'm going to tell you why. Life can get very mundane very quickly. If you're someone like me, I work a 9 to 5. I have a schedule every single day, in which, if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably a woman who is here trying to improve and to grow. If you're listening to this podcast, you're probably someone who's a go-getter, someone that's trying to improve, or someone that's just trying to grow personally, spiritually, mentally, grow in their relationship, all aspects of your life. But if you're listening to this podcast, you're someone that's a go-getter and someone that is trying to do better. So with that, you're probably someone that's disciplined. You probably have your daily things that you're doing every single day, whether that's going to the gym, trying to grow professionally, grow in your career. It can sometimes get very mundane where every single day you're waking up, you're going to the gym, you're going to work, you're working on your project, and then you're going to sleep, and then the next day it's on repeat. So it can get really easy to just get caught up in your day-to-day tasks. And if you don't try to add some pizzazz or some sparkle to your life, it can get very boring very quick. And so romanticizing your life, to me, is just an essential part. You need to romanticize your life to add some spice, some intrigue, and some sparkle. And so I am here to tell you that if you're not already romanticizing your life, you should. And I'm going to tell you exact ways that you can start romanticizing your life to just add some more yumminess into your life, to make the small everyday things seem so much more special. So the point of romanticizing your life is to turn ordinary things into extraordinary moments. It just makes the most mundane things seem so much more special, and it gives it a little bit of more meaning and fun to your life. So I want to share with you guys exact ways that you can start romanticizing your everyday life. And these are things that I actively do to make my life just so much more special and fun and more girly. Life can get really serious, and sometimes you just have to pause and add some more fun and sparkle into your life. And here's exactly how you're going to do it. So if you are a 9 to 5 girly and you have to go into the office every day, I remember when I used to go into work every morning, I would dedicate like 20 minutes, maybe not 20 minutes, that might be an exaggeration, but I would dedicate time to making like my perfect coffee. I started trying to find like fun coffee recipes that I could do in the morning, and dedicating 5 minutes in my morning routine to just make a coffee, make it so yummy and special and perfectly delicious, added so much fun and just a little touch of sweetness to my mornings to help me just feel ready to tackle the day. And so I would make my coffees. And I remember when I was going into work every single day, I had also kind of just started getting into social media. So I would just like prop my phone up and I would make my coffee in the morning while I chatted about my day or something that had just happened. And so I made it like fun, I made it special, and made it an event. And that added a little bit of more fun into my mornings before I had to be serious and go into work. And so that's something that you could do, super simple, but it's like so fun and easy to just like get creative and make like a cute, yummy coffee recipe. And then I would take my coffee and drink it on the way to work while I listen to music, and or I would put on a podcast and like listen to a podcast on the way to work that just added a little bit more fun to my day. Another super easy way that I would make that commute to work like so much better, and almost like a romanticization of the morning commute, is just that. Like I would listen to great music. I would try to find new music, or I would put on old songs. Like I would put on my Spotify playlist and I would put it on shuffle, and I would just listen to music and kind of like step into the fun, right? So I don't know if this happens to you, but like when I put music on, a lot of times I get like almost like a nostalgic moments or flashbacks of memories that I have tied to that song. I don't know if that happens to you guys, but it happens to me. And so I remember when I had to go to work every single day, I really looked forward to that morning commute because I would put music on, I would put my phone on shuffle, and I would just like vibe to the music and enjoy the music. And I would kind of like really like let myself almost I would almost let myself be immersed in the memory that the music would bring. And I just think it's just so fun. You know, you kind of feel like you're in your own rom-com movie where you're just driving to work and you listen to a song and it like brings back a memory. And I know some of you might be like, that is just like so silly. You're doing the most. But it adds a special touch to my morning. And when I walked into work that day, I was in a much better mood than if I was just sitting in silence in my car on the way to work, listening to music on the way to work, and like having those memories flow in and just set myself up for just a much better day. So if you're currently driving to work and you're just sitting there in silence, like, girl, put some music on, find a fun playlist on Spotify. Oh my gosh, I remember I found like a throwback or like Disney Channel kid playlist, something like that. Like I was a diehard Disney Channel kid. I loved like Lizzie McGuire. I loved That's So Raven. And I remember I found like, I don't even know if that's the name. It wasn't like a Disney Channel kids playlist. It was like my childhood memories playlist, something like that. And it was like a list of songs back in the day, Disney Channel hits, like, you know, like I want candy, like that kind of vibe. And I literally put that playlist on and it just like 10 out of 10 improved my day, gave me that serotonin boost that I needed to like face the day. So those things, like listening to a fun playlist on the way to work, making a yummy coffee in the morning, or listening to a funny podcast that makes you laugh in the morning, like those are things that add oomph and sparkle to your day. Also listening to your vibe tribe, right? If you're listening to this on the way to work, you're adding happiness and positivity into your day before you have to start working and get serious. And those are simple ways that you can just romanticize your life and make it so much better. Another really fun way that I romanticize my life is that I love to pamper myself. Okay. I thoroughly enjoy pampering myself. And when I do pamper myself, you best believe that I make a whole thing of it. Okay. I have a very comfortable Charlotte Tilbury bathrobe that I was gifted. I did not purchase this on my own. I also have this like satin black robe that I bought off of Amazon for like 20 bucks. But whenever I want to pamper myself, or I'm going to do my nails, or if I want to like give myself a facial, I'll put on this like either luxurious fluffy robe from Charlotte Tilbury. That's like one of those hotel robes that are like really thick. It just feels so good. Or I'll put on that black satin robe from Amazon and I just feel luxurious. It just adds like an extra layer of yumminess to this spa moment that I'm about to do for myself. And so I'll put on like I'll put on this robe, and then I'll either do like facials at home where I'll do like a full skincare routine, like dermaplan my face, and then I like exfoliate, like cleanse, like I'll oil cleanse, I'll wash my face with a foam cleanser, then I'll add like toner, then I'll gua sha my face. Like I'll do all these things that I know might be extra, and I'm not saying to do them every single day, but those are little things that you could do, like at night when you get home from work and you've had a long day, like to just give yourself a facial, and like put on your robe, right? And then relax and pamper yourself. Those are great ways that you can start romanticizing your life. And it just almost feels like I'm here I'm here treating myself and living a fabulous, luxurious life. And as you should. That's what you should be doing. That's how you should be feeling. So those are ways that I also romanticize my life. I give myself spa treatments. Something else I do to pamper myself is that I also will do detox baths. And I don't know if you've heard of that, but I feel like lately the kids on TikTok are calling them everything showers, which is the same thing, like an everything bath, everything shower. I don't know, but just doing a bunch of different things, like putting a hair mask on, like exfoliating your scalp, like giving yourself a scalp massage. These are all things that you can do to just add a little bit of extra, like pamper element, a lot of self-love, self-care. And I feel like when you add those things into your daily or your weekly routine, it just also adds that romantic feeling and makes your life feel so much more fun and light and airy and fun and sparkly. Do it once a week. Like pick a day. For me, Sundays are definitely like my reset day before the week starts. Like I like to do my laundry. I like to sit down, dermaplane my face. I'll pluck my eyebrows. I'll dye my eyebrows. I'll gua sha my face. Like I'll take a shower and then completely oil my body afterwards, like head to toe. Those are just little things that I feel like I'm like, oh, like this is amazing. This feels great. Like, listen, you work hard every single day. You deserve to add a little sparkle and self-care into your life. So, those are ways that I also pamper and take care of myself. My third favorite way to romanticize my life is, get ready for it, it's making an event when you're going anywhere, like literally anywhere. If my boyfriend today comes out here and it's like, baby, tomorrow we're going to go to this restaurant, I will make a whole thing in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, tomorrow we're going to go do this. Okay, what am I going to wear? What's the vibe? What are we picking out? How do we want to feel? How should I do my nails? How should I do my hair? What should I wear? Oh my God, what color should my lipstick be? Like, does it match the vibe? Like, I know this might sound exhausting, but it's also so fun. And it just adds that romantic element to your life. Like, okay, now it's a whole event that we're getting dressed up for. We're excited for this event, right? We're almost like hyping ourselves up for what we're going to do. And I feel like that is so much fun. Like, why would you want to be like, oh, yeah, tomorrow we're going to go do this? It's whatever. Like, no, we're excited. This is like an opportunity to have fun and to enjoy what we're doing. So, I am going to get excited for what we're about to do. For example, last night, my friend was like, me and you are going out. I'm introducing you to a new friend of mine. And I'm like, let's do it. What are we going to wear? And in my head, I was like, you know what? I am going to wear these silver cowboy boots and I'm so excited. I'm going to wear these boots. And I planned the whole outfit in my head. I was like, this is exactly what I'm going to wear. I'm like, oh my gosh, let me pick out my jewelry now to match my shoes. And like, it's a whole vibe. And I'm like, here for it. And so I think girls should get more excited. And I know some girls are like, oh my gosh, I'm just like not excited. But I feel like adding that element of I'm excited for this event. I'm excited to get dressed up. You almost get into like that already happy, bubbly mindset, positive mindset, and you're adding this element of adventure and surprise and excitement. And those are the little moments that you remember. And for me, like, when I do romanticize getting dressed up and doing my makeup, and I'm almost like very mindful and intentional and very present in what I'm doing, those memories end up standing out to me. Now, if my friend like a year later is like, oh my God, remember that one time we went out and you met my friend? And I'm like, oh my God, I remember, like, I wore those cowboy boots and I wore that super cute like silver heart necklace and like we had so much fun. Like, I don't know, like romanticizing those things, it adds special elements to your life and it makes for more unforgettable memories. One last way that you can romanticize your life is to add more scents and smells into your life. A lot of the memories that we make in life, we associate with certain things, right? So, like, if something smells really good or you had like the best meal you've ever had, those memories tend to really stick and stay with you. A way that I make what some people might say are mundane, kind of simple things, and I make them so much more memorable is to add scent to it. I also have a dog nose, so I pick up on scents. I'm very sensitive to scents, and I also attribute a lot of significant memories to smells. A way that I romanticize things is by adding scent. So, for example, if I am reading a book, like a romantic book or something like that, if I kind of want to set the tone to feel more romantic and feel more sensual, I'll light a candle in my room while I'm reading my book. And it just makes me feel like I'm the main character and like, yes, this is all me. And it's yummy moment where I am dedicating a couple minutes out of my day for myself, for my mental health, and for my mind. And so I'll light a candle and it'll smell really good. It kind of sets like a lighting ambiance to it while I'm reading my book. And it just makes it like so much more meaningful and more of a savorable moment. Hopefully, this will give you some ideas on how you can start romanticizing your life. I will say, that life can either be really boring or it can be really exciting. And I think it depends on how you want to look at it and how you want to perceive your life. So if you're feeling like your life is boring, it's up to you to spice it up. Okay, it's up to you to look at it in a fun way. I will say that it is a mindset shift and you have to kind of work at it every day, but you can choose to look at things that are simple and add excitement and wonder and intrigue to them. I almost always kind of like compare it to when you're a kid, everything is new and everything is exciting. I challenge you to try to step into that kid like wonder again and to try to look at things in that way. That things are new and that things are exciting, and that as much as you've done it already, you can make it exciting again. You can make it intriguing. You can make it wondrous and new. You just got to change your mindset. So I challenge you guys to try to step into that a little bit more. Start romanticizing your life. Start trying to look at things in a more fun and exciting way. The little things that you get to do, whether it's sitting in bed with your partner and cuddling, those are cute, fun moments that you might do every single day. But if you choose to look at it as like meaningful and special, it will end up being meaningful and special. So that morning commute to work, you making your coffee in the morning, those are simple things that you can switch your mindset and start to look at them in a more fun and exciting way. And I'm telling you, if you start doing this, your life will start to just be so much more special, so much more fun. I know that they've helped me a lot, and I know that they'll help you. I challenge you guys to start making little small changes every single day, to start romanticizing your life and start being more intentional and purposeful in how you live. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's episode. I'm so grateful to have you guys here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you enjoyed today's episode, there is one thing that I ask you to do. please share this episode. You can share it on your socials on Instagram or TikTok or wherever you socialize. And please, if you enjoy this podcast, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share it with your network. It really does help us grow. And if you're not already following Your Vibe Tribe podcast, you can click the follow or subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. I'm also super excited to share with you guys that I am starting a new series on this podcast called Philosophy for the Girls. I really, really enjoyed philosophy when I was in high school. I took a class as part of my IB program curriculum, and it was super insightful. I feel like it was a time in my life where I was extremely analytical and forward thinking. And I want to bring that back into my life as I am on this journey of learning and growing. Leaning into philosophy and learning about philosophy can really help, one, cement who you are as a person, and two, just broaden your perspective and your knowledge on the way that you view the world, relationships, life, love, etc. And I'm not going to be spitting jargon at you. We are going to bring it down to a level that we can all understand, that we can all partake in, and that we can all join in on the discussion. So I'm so excited and I'm so grateful for the community here at Your Vibe Tribe podcast. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.